The theory of light was a theory by a man called Rife, who invented the first electronic light telescope. And Rife was an amazing man. He died in poverty, and he also discovered the first recognition of a cancer cell. But we're going back 80 years. There was another man who you've probably heard of more recently called Tesla. Tesla was a genius born out of his time, and again everybody thought he was a crackpot, as they do me. Don't worry, they do me too. And Tesla and Rife came up with the theory of a universal energy that was transferable through light. And for a long time, many scientists and physicists have been looking for it. We discovered that the BioDisc, when using the correct LED light with a minimum of 60 lumens, 100 is best, spun anti-clockwise, produces scalar energy. And the same with the pendant. Now you can't do that with a rock or a sign of a religious motif around your neck. While they're wonderful products, they don't produce scalar energy. In theory, because no one at the current time can prove it, we can only prove it by showing its results. So in quantum physics and physics, we measure the results rather than how does it achieve this. And the results seem to be proving the theory that scalar energy is a tube of light. But we also believe, but we are an exception to the rule, that it is also an airborne energy. And it has two effects. One is on time and space. That's the inner tube of scalar. It is thought, no one can prove it, including ourselves, I might add. And the outer one is on a mass which seems to be able to overcome the effects of gravity. And again, in all the tests we do, we seem to prove the theory correct. But I can't tell you how it works, because it was only a theory until we discovered that we actually made the theory true. With the pendant, okay. Yes, I'm often asked this about what should be the best metal around the outside of the pendant, and where is the best place to wear the pendant. It's made in a special silver, and the silver was chosen because it's inexpensive compared to gold, and these days the prices of gold are just becoming exorbitant. If you prefer gold, please have the gold or the silver bezel, gold-plated. You will not destroy the energy. Silver is not quite as good a remitter of positive energy as gold, but the difference is argumentative, and when we do prognos tests, as many of you have seen with the pendant, there is little or no difference. In fact, some of the best wellness users and gurus in the wellness industry who use our product only use it in the silver formation. If you want gold, or you'd like to paint it, or you'd like to have a wood one, fine. Or you'd like to have leather around your neck, wonderful. However, I'll add one overrider. The outer casing is not as important as the position that you wear the pendant, and it should be on the sternum. It should be just on the top of your breastbone. And for that reason, no one is supplied the pendant with a chain, because we all have different upper body lengths. And if the chain is wrong, then you aren't getting the correct frequency into your body at that moment. So please buy a chain that allows the pendant to sit in the correct position. And this is the correct position. I'd take my clothes off, but that's an ugly sight. unlike the BioDisc, where you're drinking the energy, so it is absorbed, its absorption level is huge at an intercellular level. So with the BioDisc, the energy will stay for quite some time. In many cases, days. In some cases, only a few hours if you're exerting yourself. With the pendant, if you're just using the pendant on your outer body, or next to your body, as soon as you take it off, within half an hour, the energy has gone. And thank heavens for that, because if it wasn't, you couldn't sleep well. So it's instant energy. And again, another question I'm sure it's coming. What's the difference between the biopendant and other pendants that are on the market and other energy things? As I said in the opening piece, they're all wonderful products, I'm sure. But if you can make those products change the taste of something by shining a light through them, by blowing energy, just normal air, over the top of them, or by standing a glass of wine, whiskey, water, whatever you care, lemon juice, fresh fruit, fresh flowers on top of it, or pouring water over the disc and then putting cut flowers into the water and seeing how long they live, or taking a dead thing like an onion and putting it into bioenergized water and seeing that the whole thing blooms and grows. If the other products can do that, buy them. Buy a lot of them because they're very good products. But most of them can't. Often I'm asked the same question. And the answer to a molecular structured water, it's not bio-water per se, it's the frequency that we creates a molecular structure within the liquid. How long does that molecular structure last? And how long does the energy last within that molecular structure and therefore within the liquid? The answer to that is it depends on the atmosphere that the water is being stored in or kept in. If it's in a neutral atmosphere, where there is no frequencies, no disturbances like sunspots, like magnetic fields, like huge electrical impulses, the answer would be probably 50 years, 50 years. But if you store that same energized water in direct sunlight, the energy is disturbed by the far rays, which are negative in this case, and destroys the frequency. So after 8 hours, it doesn't work. The energy is not there. And how I treat energy is it should be measurable, i.e. after 8 hours or 3 days or 4 days, if 4 glasses of water that you've energized a year ago, 8 hours ago, whatever time ago, cannot change something, to me, it has no energy. So we know sunlight disturbs the frequency 8 hours, so that's why you can't put this in a swimming pool. It won't work because you've got direct sunlight, okay? So please don't phone me about swimming pools. I get about 100 questions about that every week. We do make swimming pool and spa units, but they're commercial. However, if you then energize the water using this and store it in your fridge, 50 years, neutral atmosphere. Okay?